Hey, how's it going tonight? Been up here working around the barn a little bit, had a little bit of time to kill, so thought I'd stop for a few minutes and make a video. Put one up this morning, but I thought I'd try to put one together tonight, try to get it uploaded, trying to get a little bit better about posting videos more than just one a week. So anyway, I'm kind of new to this YouTube, and I'm just trying to figure out what everybody wants to see, and I've been watching a few, and it seems like there's quite a few people that do equipment tours. So I thought I might put one of those together tonight. Maybe a two-piece or a two-part video. I don't know. It depends on how long it gets. But anyway, I'll walk you around and show you what's in this barn that I've got as far as equipment goes, and we'll go from there. All right.
Okay, when I started farming again in 2012, this was one of the first pieces of equipment that I bought. This is a 1979 John Deere 4400 combine. It was the last production year that John Deere put out the 4400. There was a break between the 6600 switching over to the 6620s and the 4400s switching over to the 4420s. The original plan was that John Deere was going to phase out the smaller combines in the 1980s. They were predicting farmers were going to get bigger and bigger, and there wasn't going to be as much of a demand for a smaller combine. So they kept production of the 4400 series one additional year, but they did start to drift towards coming out with a 4420. If you'll notice, this 4400 has the flat rotor screen, the same as the 4420. The only difference in this combine here and the 4420 is this one is not equipped with a dial-o-matic header height control, and it does not have the hydraulic swing auger or cylinder for the unloading auger. Other than that, the 4420s, there wasn't a whole lot of change in them. There wasn't as many put out as the 6620s and the 7720s. Like I said, John Deere predicted farming was going to get bigger, and there just wasn't going to be as big a demand for the smaller combines. But anyway, this is one of the first pieces of equipment that I bought in 2012. The second piece of equipment that I bought was this tractor. This is a 1981 International 1086. Out of the factory, it turned 131 horsepower, according to the test in Nebraska. Very popular tractor for its day. Back when the 86 series was in production, this was a good all-around tractor. You could bale hay with it, you could roll bale, square bale, pull up to about a 22 to 24 foot disc, depending on your ground. Obviously, you can pull up to a 12 row planter, probably even bigger, 16 row. But yeah, it was small enough to do some of the mid-sized jobs that was needed to be done on farms. I found this tractor on the internet down in a town called Friendship, Tennessee. It was a John Deere dealer who had it. I called him, inquired about the tractor. He encouraged me to come down and look at it. Went down on a Saturday. It's one of those rainy Saturdays where there wasn't a whole lot going on. Went down, looked the tractor over, went in, talked to the dealer a little bit, shot him a price, he accepted, and we brought her home. Another piece of equipment we have, this is a 1983 Ford L8000 Tandem grain truck. I purchased this truck out of North Carolina. Again, found it online. Talked to the guy who had it. He was in the mulch business. He used this truck to haul mulch with. It does have a swinging end gate that come with it, but obviously I've got the solid gate with the grain doors on it. But this truck has the 3208 Caterpillar engine in it. I'm not a huge fan of that engine, but it is probably one of the most fuel economical engines that is out there as far as for diesel for heavy or medium to heavy duty trucks. Ford put a lot of these engines in their trucks for their local delivery trucks, some tandem semi tractors, but it is a very dependable engine, but it's what they call a throwaway engine. This truck has a 13-speed transmission, Hendrickson suspension under it on the tandems,
20-foot grain bed.
twin-cylinder hoist. This is a John Deere 7000 corn planter. The hoppers over here on the wagon, I always take them off when I'm through with them and clean them out. Anyway, I bought this from a local farmer. Actually, it was his dad's. His dad had passed away. It's 4.0, and I got one heck of a deal on it. It had been sitting in a lean-to for several years. It started to rust up a little bit, and the guy I bought it from, like I said, his dad had passed away, and he did not use it anymore. Made him an offer on it, and he took me up on it. History about the 4.0s. Back when 4.0 planters were king, there was not a 4.0 planter, at least not made by John Deere, that was set up on 30-inch rows. Everything was on wide rows. Now, when in the early 1980s, when everybody started slimming the rows down from 38s to 30s, these planters, like I said, did not come out of the factory on 30-inch rows. So there were some modifications that were made. And if you'll notice on this one here, how much extra room we have from this row unit to the end of the frame beam. That's because they used to come out and sit right in through here. This is where the original spacing was at. So the next thing we have over here is the John Deere 213 flex head. Now this was the original head that come with this combine when it was bought new. It's a good head. I'm going to go through this fall before I start cutting beans, and I'm going to replace every one of those guards. I put a new cutter bar in it about 3-4 years ago, 3 years ago maybe, but did not replace the guards in it. They're wore out. They need to come off. So this fall, it's going to get all new guards in it. The finger guides, they were replaced last year. There's no dents in the auger. Right here on the row dividers. Lots of times you'll see these older heads, these row dividers are beat all to crap. But this one here, it's just as straight as it was the day it was new. Just the paint's faded on it. But like I said, you know, I put all new finger guides in it last year. I'm going to put new sycamore guards on it this year, and try to prevent some of that shatter loss at the head whenever I go to cut beans. The corn head that's over here, now this did not come with the combine. I bought it separate. The corn head that come with the combine was a John Deere 444, which is for wide rows. Well, I don't plan on wide rows. So I found this one at a dealership in Harlan, Kentucky. Drain Implement had it, and went and looked at it. It's a pretty good head. Like anything old, do have to have a little TLC with it. Had to replace gathering chain, and one of the row units locked up on me, so I took the row unit off of the 444 and put on this one, and it's run like a new one ever since. Like I said, this is a 443, which is John Deere's version of a 4-row narrow. This is the Great Plains NT 1006 no-till drill. You've seen this one in the earlier videos in the spring. This is what I use to plant my beans with. I don't have a bean planter per se. I don't use a corn planter. And put bean meters in it. Don't have the bean meters. Don't want to plant beans on 30-inch rows. For the first a few years, I planted on 7.5s. I mean, I had decent luck with that. A couple of fields, I had yields that were in the low to mid 60s on 7.5s. But this year, I decided to try something different. And I went in up here on the hopper, and I capped off every other row unit. This one,
this one, and so forth all the way down the rows. What's capped them off, I did do a calibration check. What you do is when you want to go from 7.5 to 15-inch rows, obviously you got to double your population. So I've done the calibration on it. I set the drill to plant 280,000 population, and obviously that's if it was on 7.5-inch rows, but since we're only planting 15-inch rows, that brought it down to the 140 I was looking for. Now when I done my calibration check, I was coming up with about 145 to 150,000 seed population is what it was going to be dropping. But the seed that I purchased, on the tag it showed 90% germination. So I figured that was compensating enough with the 10% loss on germination and the 5 to 10,000 seed population per acre more. So thanks for watching the videos. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell a friend. If you like what you see, pass the word along. Like I said, this is all new to me. I've never done this before. I've watched YouTube for several years, and I got curious and I decided I was going to give it a try. But again, I'm not going to invest a lot of money into this until I find out how this channel is going to do, whether it takes off or not. And it can't take off without subscribers. So if you like what you see, leave a comment. Tell me what I can do to improve it, what you'd like to see me do videos on, because I'm new to this. I'm learning. And so, and like I said, if you do like what you see, tell your friends. Let them know about it so that they can watch and maybe they'll be interested in subscribing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate all your support, and I will talk with you again soon. Bye.